fire, y'all, and this is what he's doing. Oh my God, he is tearing up the building. He got fired. He done tore this whole, oh my God.
Hey guys, look at this closely. Whoa! I know you saw that.
Oh,
What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and 7-up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish with Smooth 7 might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I love y'all Collective. Don't forget to hype up the video as well. Also, I seen the comments about the subtitles. Yes, when y'all watch the video, we'll take some time for the subtitles to finally generate. But if you check yesterday's video, it should be done by now. But when it first comes out, give it some time. Like some hours or whatever. But I see the comments. I see y'all be wanting the subtitles as well. And I got y'all. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
So Tallahassee, Florida, Lake Jackson, gone. Lake's disappeared. Is it global warming? No. Is it drought? No. Is it anything? No. A sinkhole opened in the middle of the lake and drained all the water, all the fish, everything. The lake's just gone. It just drank the lake, this sinkhole. The whole lake has completely disappeared. Now, what causes a sinkhole beneath a lake? I don't know. Unless there's mining going on. We've all seen that happen before. Half a town got sucked down a sinkhole and the lake because miners underneath an assault mine had drilled too close to the bottom of the lake and caused the entire lake to drain into the mine. But this time it's just a random sinkhole. As far as we know, there's no mines or anything around there. And this sinkhole has drank the entire T of Lake Jackson.
Prayers, New York. I heard y'all flooding right now.
There is something really, really weird about this Maldives situation with all these divers. 5 divers went down on an unauthorized diving expedition. That Maldives authorities are saying this was an unauthorized dive, including a biology teacher who brought her daughter. Sounds a lot like Ocean Gate. The leader of this group, they think ended up with hypoxia, and he lost consciousness. And the other 4, they were all inside this cave 200 feet below the water, got disoriented, and then they ended up dying. So Maldives authorities sent 2 more divers down to try to locate the bodies and bring them back to the surface. They died too. So now 2 more divers from Finland are being sent down there to try to bring the bodies back to the surface. So it's very clear, this is not, if it's an unauthorized dive, this is a dangerous area where people, they have no business going. You know the Blue Hole? I think off the coast of Belize. People die in that blue hole, and the water is so deep they leave the bodies down there, and the bodies just disintegrate. I talked about this yesterday. Sometimes people that have indisposable money, they end up doing things pushing themselves, going to places so that they have bragging rights, doing things that nobody's done before, going to places that nobody has seen, but they wind up dead, like the people on Mount Everest that go up. They die every year. The Ocean Gate people, to go see the Titanic when they could have Googled it. I don't know. I don't know if this is how I would spend my money. This tour, this unregulated tour, cost them about $4 grand a piece, which is chump change compared to Ocean Gate, which was $250,000 just to step onto that sub. I don't know. I think I would do something different with my money than to risk my life, the life of my daughter, to go down to an environment that is unstable and very, very hard to reach by people that need to go and help you.
Why am I just now finding out that the Argentine ants that took over half of California and that they a super colony who uses multiple queens to go and recruit other colonies? The Argentine ants are at war with other ant colonies. I swear to God, look this up. I'm not crazy, trust me. I just found this out 30 seconds ago. The Argentine, since like the 1900s, like for over hundreds of years, like literally real life, this is real life, the Argentine ants have been conquering the United States and other regions. When I mean they go to war, look into the lore of ant wars. I'm gonna start looking into it now.
I ain't took that rabbit hole, but I did see a video on Instagram of the ants fighting the termites. That shit looks crazy. If y'all ever saw the movie Ants, remember how they fought termites and they went to war? This shit real. I only know because, like I said, I saw them going to war. Dude lifted the log up and they were going at it, bro. They had termites that were flying. They had wings or something. They were like the fighting. They had like warrior termites. I swear, bro. It was on Instagram. Y'all let me know your thoughts, bro. Take that rabbit hole. That shit is... Now, I didn't know nothing about this, but like I said, I seen them at war before with other shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Interesting, though.
Okay, before we start panicking, is the mothership that's been seen in Mexico real? It showed with a lot of people on the shorelines filming it, and it was all those people seeing a lot of people's cell phone footage, and that show looked like a big old 12-mile wide mothership. I don't know, y'all, with all the AI stuff going on. This may be real. And they suppressing it. Every time somebody posts a video, they taking it down. That's when you always know something is up.
Facts. That's facts.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think and feel about this in the comments, because it's getting stranger out here in this world. I swear, man, on photo grave, shit is crazy.
For some reason, I don't think we should be doing that type of stuff. I don't know why either.
Watch how these inmates react when they read this guy's charges.
The warrant tonight signed is probable cause for one count of battery on a child. As for that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
So that's in
All right, appoint the public defender. Nothing new since yesterday, Mr. Helium.
No, sir. The state would respectfully request a GPS monitor and no contact with people under 18.
You have criminals, quote unquote, the worst of the worst, with more morality than some of the people out here supporting and defending the on this country. He's toast. Toast.
It's facts, though. But we already, well, I heard New York, Florida, New Orleans, California will all be underwater at some point in time. Especially if you look at the doomsday map. The doomsday map, it looks, I mean, everything we starting to, there's certain things we starting to see play out that looks like the doomsday map. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. But yeah, prayers, New York. Y'all used to be #1 on the list that checked the channel out. Now y'all dropped to like six on the list. That's crazy, bro. I feel some type of way about that, New York. I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, how y'all start off as #1 on the channel for like 2 years, bro, and then we get all the way down to #6. I need New York to do better, bro. Not prayers to y'all, but I need y'all to do better on the channel, bro. I enjoy my New York people. Shout out to New York, bro.
I killed my buried that dirt. And I'm out. This is a cop trying to look for me, and
So this is what he said. I my B and I buried that B in the effing dirt. Now when people rap, they always say all types of wild stuff.
we gon' pull up with them sticks and hop out with them choppers.
The people in the audience, as he was saying it, was looking concerned, was like, you know, shaking their head, but like, whoa, like, relax. And they kind of believed him.
Well, we're inside this bar, the King Eddie bar, and this is where Camus was standing when he did this rap version. And I guess the big question is, was it a confession?
Now they found a car. In his car was a shovel, dirt, and red stains in his car. They did a DNA test on these red stains, and it belonged to a girl named Amanda. This was Robert's girlfriend.
We're talking about the missing woman, Amanda Custer, who has been missing for more than 10 days. But there was no sign at all of Custer, 31, in the car.
But a neighbor came out and said, I saw my neighbor, which is Robert. It looked like he was carrying a body that was not alive, obviously. He put it in the truck. Now, there's something y'all have to notice. Me editing here, hi. But they studied this guy every step the day Amanda went missing. Everywhere he went, to every...
Damn, I wanted to hear more. Yeah, he slipped up.
You're actually living in 1726. In 1991, a German historian by the name of Hermann Illig proposed a theory called phantom time hypothesis, suggesting that the years 814 through 911 AD never happened. Well, you see, Illig claimed that these years were actually made up by the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII by altering documentation and converting the Gregorian calendar in order to fast forward time to the sacred year 1000 AD, as Otto's ruling that starts on the millennial year 1000 AD would sound much better and be more legitimate. This theory is further backed up, as while there are written documents, there seem to be a lot of missing artifacts from those 297 years. Looking at the example of how Tartaria was written out of existence, it seems like it really wouldn't be that hard for the elites of the world to rewrite history, and just maybe.
Nicotine. So is there something positive about nicotine?
Yeah, so I'm actually wearing the nicotine patch, but I wear it every single day now. I've never smoked before. I've never really done anything. Never really drank either, but I was doing research on like Epstein's bar, because I've had Epstein's bar my whole life, which comes from like mono. And it's like something with your immune system pretty much. But anyway, I found nicotine healing autoimmune diseases. And if you look up nicotine and you put it up to like research it with any sort of chronic disease, there's literally studies on like nicotine, allegedly, I guess, healing these chronic diseases.
Really?
Right. So I started, my mom one day, I was telling her she's always had like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis in her hands. And so I said, if you have any sort of arthritis, nicotine is like a miracle for arthritis.
Wow.
Any sort of,
I've always thought nicotine was terrible just because of just cigarettes. You know, I've never related it to anything healthy. This is news to me, actually.
yeah, nicotine, it's been in health literature since the 1600s. They've been using it since the 1600s. It's natural. Nicotine naturally occurs in nature. And I mean, in these ancient civilizations, they were using tobacco leaves to heal. They've been using nicotine for everything. So I put my mom on the patch and she like couldn't move her hands one day. And I was like, just put a patch on where the hand hurts and like, let's see if it does anything. She came in the kitchen like 30 minutes later. She's like, look, I can move my hands. And I'm
That's
like, nah, that's
crazy.
not even exaggeration. Like, I'm so for real. Video of nanotech under a microscope, and then they introduce nicotine, and it breaks nanoparticles, nanobots, whatever, breaks them down like completely. It really started to get popular.
Smokers, like some of them be like the most healthy people
Yeah.
ever. They're like immortal. You know, some of those like old. I'm talking about those old school smokers from like the 80s.
I think it got progressively worse only because of how toxic they kept adding all the stuff into
it.
So there's a lot of carcinogens in there and whatnot.
Yeah, don't smoke cigarettes now, guys.
No, hell no. It's
garbage.
the worst time to smoke cigarettes. No.
Nicotine in itself is not addicting. And so the reason why, let's say you hit a vape, right? First of all, you don't know how much nicotine is going into your bloodstream. Second of all, you don't know what's in the vape. So it's all these different chemicals, and those are what's getting you addicted to those cigarettes and the vapes. It's not the nicotine in itself that's addicting. It's the chemicals that they're putting in it. And so a lot of us are depleted in nicotinamide. And so when you're depleted, it actually plays a part in your immune system. And so that's why the smokers weren't really getting sick, because their body's flooded with nicotine. Not saying that that's safe, but a lot of people in Europe, they smoke all day and they're always in the sun. The levels are extremely, extremely low. Any sort of extremely, extremely low. It's also with the food and stuff.
Yeah, the food too.
But that plays a huge role.
We're in the year 2026, and New York City once again has proven that it cannot handle rain. Have a look at this for yourself. Look at this for yourself. This is from this evening. We had some severe thunderstorms and rain push through New York City, the 5 boroughs, out to Long Island. But take a look at the city, how flooded it is. Look at the garbage. Things are just floating around. Look how deep that water is, that it's able to move garbage bags. That's not a bus anymore back there. It's now officially a cruise ship. This is just insane. Insane. Think about every time they say infrastructure, infrastructure. We're raising taxes for infrastructure. All they do is put signs that say, caution, this area may flood when it rains. Look at this. This is unacceptable with all the tax money that people pay to live in New York City. Just unacceptable. So once again, New York, it's happened. Once again, New York, and I'll repeat that over and over again because it seems like it doesn't get in anybody's head. Start making phone calls to your local politicians and start asking them where the tax dollars are going with all the infrastructure bills that they keep currently passing. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Hey guys, look at this closely. Whoa! I know you saw that. You see that? Y'all be thinking they having a good time in them Amazon. They be showing you the best part. But any
These damn robots, bro.
The camera, he's hurt. And Mr. R is beating my baby. Grabbing him by the neck, he's beating my child. For no reason. He's choking my son and calling him the N-word as soon as Sarah walks out the classroom. What? He's choking him. And that's why I said cameras need to be in the class. Y'all let this happen to him. I begged y'all. He was pinching him and choking him, calling him a stupid. And y'all let this happen. On a camera? On a camera in his hair. Whoever it is, I don't know if it's you or Mr. R. Whoever was in that classroom, there's a man's voice. I see it. I think it's Mr. R. Was calling him and choking him.
I am sorry if that happened.
Y'all let this happen. I told y'all my son's a good boy. I had to put a camera on his hair just to see that my child's being abused in the classroom. Choked and being called. And he's nonverbal. This is my baby. My child. And he will get justice because y'all let this happen. Mr. R needs to get locked up now. It's on the camera. He's calling him and touching him. Good boy, sit down. And my baby didn't even move. Oh, it's on record. Okay. Everybody share this because my nonverbal child has been abused and these people been letting it happen. Something told me put a camera. God told me. God told me. He's coming home with scratches on him. on his neck. Where my sweet baby? He gotta go. This is somebody I'm trusting to take my son to the restroom every day. This is the worst. My little baby, my sweet baby. Oh, I'm just sick to my stomach. This is just the worst ever. And I gotta tell his father this, and his father told me don't send him to the school. Somebody's doing something to our son. And I still sent him now. I just look like even worse. This is Field Elementary. My baby don't deserve this. I know he don't. It hurts my heart even more because my son can't say somebody's hurting me. I don't even want to watch the rest of the video. My son is non-verbal autistic.
Right here, this ain't even cool. And I see comments of saying the R word does not exist. It does exist. You just might not either have to deal with it, experience it, or you might not be the person to do it. So in your head, in your reality, again, everybody's realities, everybody's perspectives is different, which in return, perspectives change reality. Language controls perception and perception controls reality. So if that's the case, your reality might be different than my reality. Might be different than this little boy's reality. You get what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Just because you don't experience or see or know or have to go through doesn't mean that it does not exist. This shit exists. Look at this shit, bro. The damn dude just sit in the back. He need his ass whooped. Send him to them people. Lock his ass down. Don't PC him up, bro. General pop. Send his ass to general population, bro. Straight up. What's y'all thoughts? I try to tell some people the school system is sick. And I ain't seen no extraterrestrial come out the sky, go to a school and harm a child. I've never seen an extraterrestrial come down and make a law and be the reason why your ass don't have a job and you got to sleep on the curb tonight, tomorrow, or with your child. I've never seen that, but I never seen that. But I seen people do some weird shit. I seen people do some evil shit. I seen people do some more low vibrational shit. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Let me know y'all thoughts. Is that a demon move or is it not? Prayers to that little boy.
I wonder am I the only nigga who walk down the street be looking at people like, man, that nigga probably a secret agent or something, bruh. Like, I live in Washington, D.C., Slim. Nigga, the FBI, the NSA, the CIA, the DEA, nigga, everybody out here, right? I be walking past some homeless people like, man, that nigga probably ain't even homeless for real, bruh. I think it's probably a good-ass actor. I don't know, bruh. Am I tripping? I probably am tripping. I do a lot of
Louisiana just passed a law. If you're homeless, you get an automatic 2 years in the penitentiary, and you get to go out and pick cotton, because that's what they do in the penitentiaries down there, Alabama, and a few other southern states. So let's just cut through the chase. They just legalized slavery. That's all. Slavery is back under a new motherfucking name. It's called homelessness.
You know, one of the things that we can also say is that scripture doesn't necessarily follow the politic or the policy of some, even in deep red ruby states. I wanted to throw this up about Louisiana, and there is a state house bill that's advanced that would force unhoused people to choose between jail or a treatment program. If they choose treatment, they have to pay for it themselves. And if they can't afford to pay, they'll be forced to do unpaid labor.
That's slavery.
But you done drove up the price for a house so motherfucking high, and the wages staying the same, that they can't afford a house, so of course they gonna end up homeless, and now you got motherfucking homeless to slavery. It used to be to the penitentiary. Now it's homeless to slavery. If you're homeless in Louisiana, please go knock on a relative's door and see if they'll let you stay there. Because otherwise, you're gonna be picking cotton.
He got fired, y'all, and this is what he's doing. Oh my God, he is tearing up the building. He got fired. He done tore this whole. Oh my God.
Man, the world be having enough.
So now the governments are coming out telling people we are not alone in the universe. Duh. No shit. We knew about this years ago. So why now? Why tell us now? But you know what really got me mad? Their list. Yes, they list 4 different life forms that's living with us. They were speaking about the Nordics or Pleiadians, the mantis or insectoids, the lizard people or the reptilians, the AI robots or the great aliens, but they didn't mention the Anunnaki. Why? This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. You want to know why they didn't mention the Anunnaki? Because it's the African American people. We are not really African or Americans. We are really the lost guys that lost our kingdom. You ever notice every culture in the world have king and queens, but black people? What happened to our kingdom? Why we don't know our culture, our tradition, our language? They really have us thinking we are African Americans. Africa is a continent. America is a continent. We are not continents. We are really the black aliens. You ever notice how they make life so hard for so-called black people? And no matter what they do, we always break out of that shit. We are the ones that's walking around with no memory of our bloodlines. And if you want to know why, just look at the world right now. Look how we treat each other. If you want to know how we fell from the higher realms, look at us right now. We fight, we argue, we debate, competition. My knowledge better than your knowledge. My clothes better than your clothes. We lost our memory, identity, and kingdom because we think we are in competition with each other. If we never fix this, we will never be able to communicate with the sun. Yes, we came from the sun. The sun is really our spaceship.
Something happened in Ecuador and it left local residents absolutely terrified. And there's a little bit of context you need to know about this video. So the witnesses noticed all the lights flashing down the streets. That's what pulled them out into the road and started recording. And then they saw this bright red glowing object coming down on the street. But that's not what freaked everybody out. As they're all watching the lights flickering, this glowing object literally on their street, something massive overhead passes. This thing is huge. And that's what sends people running. Take a look at this footage, comment below, let us know what you think is going on here and what that thing was.
You know what made Jordan Peele's Us so disturbing? I bet y'all did not notice this. So we know obviously this right here, this female right here, Adelaide, was actually technically the real Tether. She was the real Red. She got swapped out when she was younger. She just was playing mommy or whatever. Whole time she was actually the Tether. She was living a double life. And she was trying to stay as far as possible away from that beach because she knows that's where she belongs, where she comes from, and that's where the body swap happened in the mirror maze, right? But did y'all notice the moment she went to that beach, it was like a connection started. You started seeing 1111 everywhere. The frisbee laying on the ground. The girl saying double jinx, triple jinx. Like everything was lining up, right? It was like she activated something on that beach. And from that moment on, things got weird. But remember, they was in the house, and immediately the house, she's in the house, right, with her family. Immediately, the family ends up coming outside in the driveway. So let me tell y'all something. Since they're tethered, right, since they're like, you know, basically a part of each other, like they're like each other's other half, the reason they could not get away from the tethered family was because they thought like them. They knew their conscience. They knew where they were going. They knew their next move. Did y'all notice that? So basically, to make it sound more, you know, sensible or make sense, they was basically having a GPS on them. That's why they could not get away from them even if they wanted to. Because they thought like them. They moved like them. Just like the little boy said, it's us. It was literally them. It was just a darker version of them. But we knew that, right? But like I said, that's why even down to the point where Adelaide is having that battle with Red, she knows her all her moves. She's blocking everything. Like, nope, nope, nope. Because she knows how she thinks. You're going up against yourself. Basically, that big saying that we got in life, you're your own worst enemy. Jordan Peele's Us is super underrated, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Jordan Peele, we need you back, bruh. We need this Jordan Peele back.
We need him back, bro. Immediately. He makes
Like, I got
classics.
scared when I saw the Michael Jackson glove on this album cover. I got scared because album covers mean things, words mean things. You could will some things to you. And we have so much evidence of anybody that's ever been in a similar position to Drake that were fighting for their rights and fighting for their independence and what we normally see happen to them.
Yeah, I gotta say, dog, and you're trying to lead a whole new group of people into this way of thinking. You're a threat. You're a threat to us.
It was at that moment where I started to have the sympathy I spoke about earlier. It was that. It took me out of hip hop, battle music, and just fan mode into
humanity.
Well, hold up now. Because unlike him, I might shed a tear if something happened.
I must say, rest in peace to MC Trouble, man. That was my mom's. So my mom used to spend every summer down in LA because my family, they from LA. So she would spend every summer in LA with her, MC Trouble, and there's another one of my cousins that live in Virginia, which is why I was able to see what Virginia Beach, the whole DMV. Shout out to the DMV. That's why I was able to get out there. And I would say, like, my mom told me, quick story time. She told me that that's Tasha. That was her name, Tasha. She passed away. I think seizure, epilepsy. That's what it was. Epilepsy. She was performing down in LA with I think Ice Cube or NWA, Big Daddy Kane. I can't remember the other artists. I just was talking to my mom about this. My mom wanted to get down there. My grandmother wouldn't let her. My grandmother was going down to LA that time, but she wouldn't let my mom go. My mom was wilding out too, so she wouldn't let my mom go back that summer. MC Trouble passes away. My mom felt bad, she said, because I was one of her best friends. She didn't get to see her before she passed. My mom said she would come and visit her all the time. Like, all the time. She would show up in the doorway in all white. And my mom was like, she told my grandmother was like, tell her that you're afraid. You don't want to see her no more. You afraid. She's scaring you. My mom did that and ain't seen her since. When this clip came across, I'm not going to lie. Just now I caught the goosebumps like as if she was here with me right now. Crazy shit. First time I ever seen a mansion in Baldwin Hills was MC Trouble's house. I still got that picture. I probably put it up right here. I was 18, bro. Just turned 18 before I took off to Virginia. I seen my first mansion. Old money. Shit crazy. My cousin that's a ghostwriter for Def Jam. He even broke down how close my mom was to MC Trouble and my other cousin too beforehand. And I was lost. My first time hearing about all that. Kind of crazy. Fast forward all this time. She come across the scene like crazy. Blows me away. But rest in peace, MC Trouble. I had to get that story time off. I had to get that one off, bro. I had to. Shit remind me of the day after tomorrow.
And this is the reason why I stay my ass out of the deep sea. I don't do cruises no more. And if it's not a bathtub or a pool, I'm not getting in it. I've seen a video where a woman said a blue whale is the same size as a 737 Boeing jet. You heard what I just said? I go down a rabbit hole and I find out that the blue whale is the biggest whale in the world. Saying that this whale can grow to be 110 feet long and weigh up to 165 tons. And people want to talk about let's go on a cruise. You got something swimming underwater the size of 3 school buses. 3 large school buses. Do you have any idea what 165 tons is? Look at this shit right here. 165 tons is basically 330,000 pounds. Come on, man. Nah. And this is what makes the ocean so scary. The ocean is right here on Earth, and it's still the most unexplored place here. People say they go to space, but they never say they explore the ocean. Do you know what's down there in that ocean? You got shit like this that's down there in that ocean. And then they say blue whales are peaceful. What about when they're not peaceful? What about if they ever feel like, you know what? I don't feel like being peaceful today. I don't want to find out.
Get in here, family. That's right. This man right here was arrested for allegedly having intercourse with a RIP deer. Yeah. We live in a freaky, zesty ass apocalypse. I told y'all this. Man, what the... Bro, what is going on, bro? It's like some type of activation going on. Because why is he even find that even amusing? That man just walked past the deer that was already sent to the upper room and say, yeah, goddamn it, man. It's only me and this damn deer in this woods. I ain't been getting to carry a joke for about 3 months now. This shit is sickening, y'all. I'm from the grave. Shit is crazy. You can't make this shit up. Let me know what y'all think and feel about this in the comments.
Shout out to the homie, man. He always got me weak.
So we just found out some crazy news. We just found out that Sinners, yes, the movie, will be getting a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. It's official, y'all. I cannot wait. Now, some of y'all don't know what Halloween Horror Nights is. It's a Halloween event that they do every year around Halloween time at Universal Studios, both on the West Coast and in Orlando, Florida. Your boy has been going to this event for 10 years straight. Like, yeah, OG. I'm a fan. I'm obsessed. This is me last year. Y'all can have the trips out the country. This right here, no lie, is my favorite event ever. This is my favorite place to go. This is my happy space. This is my comfort. This is me waiting for Terrifier, bro. 65-minute wait. And I went into the wet lane. But enough of that. Buddy, Sinners is literally one of my favorite horror movies of all time. For the ones that know how in-depth and detailed Halloween Horror Night houses be, we won. We just won. Could you imagine walking through that juke joint and hearing somebody take me? Oh my God, they want to have the scene with Preacher Boy Sammy. Bro, Smoke and Stack, Mary, we about to see all this in the house. Buddy, I'm going through this house 50 times. I don't care. Like, this is going to be literally an iconic house. Going through the juke joint and hearing the music. Pale, pale moon. I don't know whether should I dance or should I be scared. Buddy, we gonna see Remick in there. Y'all, we won. Skip the line. I need it. We in there. Shirt, I need that. But we just won, bro. We literally are getting a Sinners house. The merch is going to be crazy. And I already see their vision because they did that Darkest Deal house. When I tell y'all the lines are going to be so packed for this house. Please, HHN, somebody take me in your arms. You got to have him stomping on the floor. Doom, doom, all that. We need it. Literally a dream come true. Boy, I saw this announcement. Psh, my heart dropped. It's official, y'all. Imagine us. Bro, I know for a fact the entry to this HHN house, we're walking through the juke joint. Club Juke. That door, that cornbread in there, standing at, that's going to be the entryway. Watch. We literally just won. I cannot wait. And what's so crazy about it is your boy going to be vlogging it. I'm taking y'all with me. It's going to get lit. Oh my God, Sinners. Somebody take me.
So I seen that like a couple days ago. I will be there. Sinners, one of my favorite movies too. I got this crazy art piece coming. If y'all want to see it, let me know. I got some crazy art on the way. But I do got to send, for me, I relate to Smoke and Stack like a lot, bro. Y'all want to see how I used to be wilding. I told y'all I was wilding. Bro, I can relate to them. I can relate to them a lot. A lot. That's one of my favorite movies. I will be there. I got my GoPro. Y'all want me to, y'all want to see real time footage? I might even go live that day, bro. I know I don't be going live. It's not my thing, bro. But I might do it. I might do it for y'all. Like, for something like that, yeah, I might take y'all with me. I'll probably go to the Universal Studios in LA. I probably want to go to Orlando. Because if I do go to one in Orlando, I want to do something big going out there. So I'll probably wait. It's in October, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll be there, bro. Let me know down below if y'all want me to stream that. If y'all want to see behind the scenes, y'all want to see the GoPro go to use, yeah, let me know.
Do you know about the vampire of Sacramento? Let me get you hip. But full warning, This story is very gruesome, probably one of our most gruesome stories we've ever told, so proceed with caution. I'm Miss Chalet, co-host of the Point of No Return True Crime Podcast, where we cover cold cases and mysteries. Let's get into it. The subject of today's case is Richard Trenton Chase. This guy right here. Richard is a who took the lives of 6 people in the span of 1 month in Sacramento, California in the 70s. We're in my hometown today, but this case was very new to me when I covered it on the Point of No Return True Crime Podcast. You guys will have to listen to the full episode for the full download. Like I said, very gruesome. Okay, here's a little bit more about Richard. He was born on May 23rd, 1950. His parents were big on discipline, so he experienced a lot of physical abuse growing up. As a result, Richard veered towards crime and a lot of bad habits at a very young age. Sometime between the ages of 5 and 10, Richard exuded evidence of all 3 parts of the McDonald triad. The McDonald triad includes bedwetting and arson. Richard became addicted to drugs as a teenager, and he was a big hypochondriac. Hypochondria led him to believe that his own mother was trying to poison him. So Richard moved out when he was 18 and got an apartment of his own with some roommates. But he constantly and quickly drove all of them away because of his and very, very, very weird hobbies, I'll call them. He eventually lost all of his roommates and ended up living alone. During this time, he picked up a few very bad habits, including killing animals. Richard would catch small animals like rabbits and eat them completely raw. His concoctions and activities are pretty gruesome, so like I said, I'm going to leave that to the podcast where you can learn a lot more about what Richard was doing in that apartment. Eventually, Richard ended up in a mental institution after becoming addicted to consuming animal blood. During his 3-year stint in the institution, Richard was actually introduced to a string of psychotropic drugs. Interestingly enough, he was released to his mother in 1976, who helped wean him off of those drugs and then helped him get another apartment. Now, this is where Richard's life takes a deep, dark turn. In true TPO&R fashion, I'm going to break down a timeline of Richard's murder and all of the activities surrounding it. In mid-1977, Richard was arrested on a reservation in Nevada. His body was smeared with blood and a bucket of cow blood was found in his car. But no charges were filed. Richard was let go. On December 29, 1977, Richard killed an engineer who was a father of 2 in a drive-by shooting. In mid-January 1978, Richard tried to enter a woman's home, but the door was locked. Seems normal, right? Hold on for a second. Richard would later tell detectives that he took locked doors as a sign that he wasn't welcome in a place. On the other hand, if a door was unlocked, he took that as an invitation inside. On January 23, 1978, Richard shoots and kills a woman who's 3 months pregnant. This is where comes into play. Richard did despicable acts to that woman's body before he eventually drank her blood. This is where his nickname, the Vampire of Sacramento, really comes from. The woman's husband sadly discovered her body when he got home from work that day. On January 27, 1978, Richard performs his finale. Richard enters a woman's home, shoots and kills her, her friend, her 6-year-old son, and her 2-year-old nephew. Richard defiled and dismembered the body of the woman who lived there. He then fled the scene in a panic after hearing someone knock at the door. While he left behind bloody full handprints and footprints all over the place, Richard escaped in a stolen car and took the 2-year-old nephew's body with him. The person who knocked at the door actually went to a neighbor and they called the police together. Up until this point, there were no investigations into tracking Richard's behavior, activities, none of that. The nephew's body was later found behind a church near Richard's apartment. He had sadly been decapitated. But the events that led to Richard's capture were very straightforward. Police got a big tip from a former classmate of Richard's after she ran into him and noticed bloodstains on his clothes. Police began following Richard and eventually arrested him at his apartment. Richard's apartment was full of evidence that linked him to all of the crimes he committed. He even had a calendar marked with today on the days that he took lives. Richard went to trial on January 2nd, 1979, where he was facing 6 charges. He pled not guilty by reason of insanity. His trial lasted for 5 months before a jury found him guilty on all 6 counts of first-degree murder. Richard received the death penalty, but he didn't make it there. Richard stockpiled his anti-anxiety medication and overdosed on December 26, 1980. He was 30 years old at the time of his death. 30. I have one more nugget to share before we wrap up. Richard regularly met with FBI agent Robert Ressler during his time in prison. The FBI agent said Richard often obsessed over Nazis and aliens. He later published Richard's conspiracies in a book called Whoever Fights Monsters. Until next time, thank you for tuning in.
Oh, see, I never heard of this, and this happened in my city.
Ever heard of the AI called Mythos?
No, I haven't.
This is supposed to be the most powerful AI ever created. And what it did was actually insane, Carlos. It can basically hack any website. It can hack anything.
To make it do what though?
Whatever it wants.
What?
When they were researching this AI model, they were doing like a benchmark test. They have to put it in this thing called a sandbox. It's like an extra layer of security so that the model doesn't like go out and do some crazy action. It has no internet access. So it can't like spread on to like other websites or whatever.
Because it's like a virus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this program was able to break out of the seal and gain internet access.
Oh.
And it literally escaped from the sandbox seal.
Oh, like a living, like it's a living being.
Yeah, it sent an email to its creator saying that it escaped.
Oh my god. That's like Ultron. Like Age of Ultron?
Yeah. So after that, a lot of like big corporations, they all started to like team up together. Google, Nvidia, Microsoft to find a solution to stop it.
What if that's like the Y2K that never happened?
Oh.
For people that don't know, Y2K was supposed to be this computer virus that destroys the whole grid.
Yeah.
And takes over everything.
And I ain't gonna say too much.
Knows he's in the position to demand those. So I think in that sense, he controls the narrative and when he would strike.
Take a look at this guy's neck. Something is off here. Look, I've been off the conspiracies for a while, but this one, it's just hard to ignore this one. This is going viral all over social media. This is on Fox News, and they brought on Bob Harward. He's a retired United States Navy SEAL and a former deputy commander of the United States Central Command, who's talking about what's happening with the war in Iran. But not many people could even pay attention to what the heck the guy was saying. They were just staring at his neck. They're trying to see, is this guy really wearing a damn mask? Is this like a bad AI? Is this a bad filter? Or is there just a very unlucky shadow that's not moving from his neck? This is the full YouTube clip. I just screen recorded it in 2x the speed, but people are now looking at all this past clips and podcasts and pictures to see if there's anything else that is off, because who knows, maybe this could be a mess, but of course it's probably just bad lighting. So Fox News, next time you have someone on, make sure that the lighting is good or you fix your filters, whatever the heck is going on.
For entertainment purposes, what I'm about to say is not true. But when I played ball, I remember, see, I was always like one of the kids, I was already confident. Like, I've been playing since forever. So by the time we got to a certain age, I've been doing this forever. There was people who had just started, and coach would tell them, I remember this saying, success breeds confidence. Work hard, earn your success, and success will breed your confidence. Well, I feel like them showing that to us, they've shown us so much and ain't nothing changed. They're successful at it. Why wouldn't that make them confident to get away with it even more? Success breeds confidence. If it works in one way, why doesn't it work with other things? I'm just saying. That's what I feel like. I feel like they toying with us. They throwing it in our face. In my opinion, what I'm saying is not true. This shit all for entertainment. What's your thoughts?
There's a real video coming straight from Oaxaca, Mexico of a duende caught on camera, bro.
Bro, stop.
So you're gonna be looking in the the walkway area over here and
Okay.
shit. Okay.
Right here?
Yes. Hold on. There it appears. It's right there.
Oh, right there?
And then watch. Vanishes.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Bro, replay that.
And that's not a person, bro. It's way too small.
And how the fuck does it disappear that fast? Vanishes.
Nah. That's not no camera glitch, bro. This is crazy.
Let me know what you guys think. What do you think that is? Do you guys think it's a duende, chaneque, whatever you guys think it is? Comment it down below. Bro, when she showed me that shit, I was fucking tripping. I'm like, what the? The whole story.
I'ma just say, if that can happen with that, it can happen with Sasquatch or Bigfoot.
The following footage comes from a man with the handle name of Classy in Life. He was dog sitting his sister's dogs when he went outside to give them a quick potty break. but he captured something truly creepy, and it almost looked like an alien. And he captured it on video. Take a look at the footage, comment below, let me know what you think.
All right, so, and my boy was just sitting here. Oh. Yep, Rip. Oh, he's over there. He was sitting here, and I'm like, yo, what are you looking at? And then I'm looking, from my point of view, it's like, yo. And then I'm looking, from my point of view, it's like, yo.
And the dogs ain't even reacting to it.
Ronald McDonald reminiscing. Shh. Shut up. I wonder what he's thinking about. People are saying that Ronald McDonald is reminiscing on the past when everybody was going to his restaurant. Shh. Shut up. What are you talking about? People still go there. I just seen the drive-thru and it was packed. To be honest with you, this picture is no different than this picture. Shh. Shut up. Remember? This is what people are saying. I don't know why they would say that. Those are two different people. All I know is that something's going on with Ronald McDonald. And he seems alone in this cold world. Shh. Shut up. Not sure why they have this up in Ohio. A big Ronald McDonald. Something's going on with this, guys. And we all trying to figure out what this means. And it means absolutely nothing because this video is for entertainment purposes only.
Nobody want that human ass nasty food no more.
Stop lying. Stop acting. We all never went to space. Follow Jesus. God's watching you all. Stop lying to the public. Your PSYOP isn't working on millions of us. NASA's a joke. Repent before God, y'all. I see through your lies. I know you never went to space.
Thank you, sir.
God's watching you all.
That's enough.
Man controls the entire world. Many people know about the Pope, but what if he's not the only Pope? Rumor has it that there are 3 popes in existence. The White Pope, which everyone knows, the Black Pope, and the Gray Pope, each trumping each other in terms of power. The White Pope is the leader of the Vatican Church, and the Black Pope is the leader of the Society of Jesuits. However, when it comes to the Gray Pope, it is a whole different story. Well, you'll see. The Gray Pope, or more commonly known as Pepe Orsini, is the latest heir from a long bloodline of black nobility that are the movers and shakers behind world control, with their dynasty going way back to even Babylonian times. Today, they are the world's most powerful family heading the Illuminati, with even the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers reporting to them, but not many people know that.
Tower of Babel is one of my favorite stories from the Bible because I think there's actually some evidence for this occurring, and I think it's different than what most people think. So we always visualize and see it depicted in artwork of being this giant stone tower that goes up, and this idea that they were trying to actually physically climb it like a skyscraper to get up to heaven to reach God, which is kind of silly. It makes a lot more sense if you start thinking of this as like a Stargate or something. So we have to ask ourselves, where was the Tower of Babel? Where Babylon was actually in Iraq, what we would call Iraq today. So Iraq is what we would call in the Bible Babylon. So what would be in Babylon or Iraq today that matches? Well, this is the ziggurat of Ur. Okay, so this is an ancient Mesopotamian temple, and look at these ramps that go up, and notice how the top of this makes it obvious that this whole giant section here that you see is actually just the foundation or the base. And you can clearly see when you get an overhead view that there was some kind of a tower that went off of the top. And this is where it gets really fascinating. These giant ramps go up, and then it looks like there probably was a huge tower that extended up off of the top. And this is in actual Babylon, and it all makes sense. They estimate that that might be what it really looked like. Here's where it gets weird. Hillary Clinton, over her period from 2003, I think, up to 2013, they actually submitted a request to try and go find the resurrection chambers of Gilgamesh. And they went to none other than Iraq, and they went in to the ziggurat there in Iraq. So it makes you wonder, what were they looking for? The resurrection chambers of Gilgamesh and the bodies of the buried Nephilim. So here are soldiers in Iraq going in to the ziggurat in Iraq, and you have to wonder what was really buried underneath the Tower of Babel. And is this actually what the Tower of Babel actually was? And when you look at the history of it, Saddam Hussein's forces were there for a long time, and then the U.S. military took over in 2003, and now there's even an Air Force base outside of there.
My only question would be, if God destroyed it, y'all don't think he would have destroyed all of it? Like, why would he leave some of it? That's my only question. I have to question it. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying he's not telling the truth. I just have to question that before I can fully agree. What's your thoughts, man?
Really a villain.
100%. Because Nikki's not even the villain.
Nikki definitely isn't the villain at all. She is the victim of this entire movie. If we're being real, like, if anyone's gonna be the villain, and it sucks to say this,
it's Bear.
It's Bear. And he doesn't start off as the villain, though.
He doesn't.
That was when he makes the wish, he doesn't even think it's real.
He's like, dude, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? He really becomes the villain in the moment when Nikki is sleeping, and it's the real Nikki talking to him.
Yeah.
Telling him, put me out of my misery.
Yeah.
And he tells her, what's so wrong with being in love with me?
That's when I knew. I said,
that's when I knew.
You're just as crazy as this person that
Literally.
Nikki became, bro. And that exact moment,
I lost all sympathy for Bear. I lost all respect for Bear.
Because I'm gonna be honest. Can I tell you the truth? I already started feeling a little weird about him when he was smacking. First scene when they showed them how in the beginning, they kind of portrayed him a little bit like, you know, Nikki was trying to be hella on him and stuff, and he was like, Nikki, what are you doing? You know,
he was turning her head while they're watching movies, just like that. And they had like that montage where they're like happy together.
That's what I mean. It felt a little bit like coming of age.
It felt real. And then it starts to get weird real fast when it shows how deeply in love she is with him. And it's not even her.
What movie is that? Every step I take, I'd have been saying, lawsuit. In my head, lawsuit. Because I'd have been nervous. I'd have been scared. But let somebody holding the line up like that. Lady, you need to move. Because if you got me up here any longer, I ain't about to flash I'm about to lose my shit, bro. I don't want to be up here like you want to be up here. And if she didn't move, I'm going around her, bro. We doing something. Because now you pissing me off. And you holding up the whole line, and how you being inconsiderate. You so scared you being inconsiderate of everybody else behind you. We all stuck in this scenario together. I need you to move. You gotta think about all of us, bro. And if you can't, you gotta move. You gotta move. I would have caused a scene. As soon as she's causing the scene, I would have escalated it. I would have escalated it, bro. And then I would have getting looked at as the bad guy. Nah, all that. She need to move. What you want a roller coaster for if you afraid of heights?
Very evil people are running the planet and want to kill you. And they're trying to do that, and they're aggressively pursuing this goal right now. There are two lines of reality in the world. In one reality, you are believing everything that they tell you, and you can't understand why things are so crazy. Those people who want to live in that denial, they are being battered by experience, they are being battered by information, they are being battered by consciousness, and they are seeing all of these things come in to their reality, whether they like it or not. Those of us in the truth community say we don't understand why people can't conceptualize contextualize such simple things. This is simple information. Why can't you understand something that's so easy? Please try to have more compassion for these people who are suffering and understand that it has nothing to do with the simplicity of the concept. The concept is very simple. Very evil people are running the planet and want to kill you. And they're trying to do that, and they're aggressively pursuing this goal right now. Anyone could theoretically be a philosopher and say, well, I don't believe this and it makes me scared and it makes me feel unsafe. But hypothetically, theoretically, maybe perhaps just in case.
Connect the dots, okay? Now at this point is called disclosure. Means who govern you, it's governed by a force that we are not going to talk about today, which type of force is and what they are. But they made everything consuming in the society, including food, as rituals, as something that make pain to some other life forms. So your work is to study your perception and to be so mindful that you learn time traveling. You learn to stay in the self and in the timeline, somatically, intellectually, and let's say physically, because your vessel need to hold the integrity and the ground of your expansion in a way that you cannot be taken over from any other forces or any other protocol of the reality. So you can alterate events physically, relationally, and globally. This is the 369. It works on 3 levels. By knowing the 369s of your mind, body, and self. I explain all these elements in the program. Integrity means you walk in a frequency in a freaking week, and the week, it creates a Tesla.
369 method, it works, bro.
Why are the elite obsessed with child sacrifice?
Go to the hospital.
This year's selection of nominees in the Best Actress category.
Do you want this? Yes. What would you give up for it? Anything. Anything. Congratulations.
Anna Victoria Alcott.
She magically wins. She's giving her speech. Something feels wrong. This super elite, world famous actress, played by Kim Kardashian, asked this upcoming actress, what is she willing to sacrifice to win the award? Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian grabs her stomach, implying she wants her baby. As soon as she's willing to give up her baby, she wins the award. As if some sort of hive mind was at play, and everyone knew her answer. It really makes me wonder, why are the elite and the super wealthy and rich and famous people so obsessed with child sacrifice? As always, stay weird.
We know why. You know, like a ball for entertainment.
Okay, someone took a picture of this apartment building, and 4 people are watching the same thing on the news. Now, is the news informing you, or is it about programming you? 33 cases. You know what I'm wondering about? When's the news going to cover the fact that 90% of Americans, and I'm sure Canadians as well, test positive for atrazine in their blood, which is the chemical that Tyrone Hayes exposed as reversing the gender of frogs. And he worked for Syngenta. When's that going to be covered, dude? It sounds like it's a little bit important for the, future of reproduction and having children and healthy, happy families and life and the world and society. But no, instead, what's Beyonce up to, man? Or the sports. Oh, God. I know all the stats on my team. Come on, man. Now, listen, if you know that there's something shocking going on in the world today, and you are aware that they clearly want us in a lowered state of consciousness with all the crazy chemicals in the food, air, and water supply.
Later, a couple of years later, I meet Timothy Good, the UFO, British UFO researcher. We were doing this thing in Amsterdam, and this secret space conference in Amsterdam. There's videos of it all over the place. So I used to read Timothy Good's book. So the two of us were in this hotel in the middle of nowhere. It's Amsterdam, but we're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like the cool part of Amsterdam. So we're sitting there going, okay, what are we going to do now, right? And he had a bottle of scotch. I said, okay, we're going to drink it. So we just sat there in his room. We drank, I think, the bottle of scotch that night. And he started talking, to me. And he's talking to me about, if you want to catch them in the act, if you want to know if they're among us, it's all you have to do. And I think he wrote about this in one of his books as well. Just go to a very public place, and an airport's the perfect place, or just any very public place. Just sit there, close your eyes, think for a second, and just say to yourself, to them, if you're here, say hello, give me a sign. Just give it a minute, and open your eyes and look and see if anything happens, right? And somebody will turn around at some point and kind of look at you, wink at you, give you the high five, something. They will acknowledge, and that will be it.
Well, you just took a turn. So we went from intelligence surveillance to
A non-human intelligence surveillance.
Exactly. Right. And I interpret what Timothy Good told me as a way of saying they are here, right? And we can mistake them for people like us. We can mistake them for intelligence agents. The whole Men in Black, were they really intelligence agents or were they something else?
And the sad part is, if this thing wanted to hurt you, he could. He can call his homies and come do some shit. But the reason why they gotta stay under wraps, I feel like, again, humans are very dangerous at times. When humans get afraid of some shit, humans go attack that shit. Humans go wipe it off the planet. Humans go to war with shit they're afraid of or shit they don't understand. Humans have to be the top dog all the time. And if we not, bro, look at history. Just look at history. Look at what mankind does. If I was a Sasquatch, if I was an alien, if I was animals, if I was anything, animals even run from humans. Bro, I would run from humans. I do run from humans sometimes. Let's just be honest. I'm just saying, bro. I love people. My uncle told me people is something you're going to have to get used to because it's something you have to deal with for every day for the rest of your life. When he said it like that, I was like, oh, shit. You made a lot of sense, bro. A lot of sense. My uncle be dropping them gems on me. What's y'all thoughts, bro? What's y'all thoughts, man? Like I said, if I was one of them, I would hide from us too. If I was one of them, I wouldn't want to deal with us like that either. And if I did, I have to look like y'all in order for y'all to trust me. Crazy. Humans are perception only. Humans, it's all about what they see. It's all about appearance. Your appearance matches what they want you to, what they think you should be acting like. It's this people, bro. It's people.
Would you know if I was the Thing? Now, a little bit of information about the Thing is that it takes all my memories.
Probably not. Because I was also thinking about it in the doppelganger way, like the Mandela catalog, the alternates. With that, I'll be able to tell.
How would you be able to tell?
They don't know your memories; they just look like you. Maybe they know like your mannerisms, because maybe like they study you. But there had to be something subtle that you do that I'm like, wait, why the f did he do that?
Okay.
Like why did he say that?
So at the end of the movie, which is why it's still talked about to this day, throughout the movie, they had made a pact with each other, all of them.
Yeah.
That they're not gonna share stuff. They're not gonna share a drink. They're not gonna share anything that could potentially spread like DNA and shit like that. But at the very end of the movie, McCready he's chilling, right? He's inside like a shed, and then there's this other character called Childs who comes into the shed as well, right? Or the spot. McCready, he takes a drink and then he passes it to Childs, and then Childs drinks it, and then McCready laughs. So it's kind of like he knows that he's the Thing, but we don't know. Like the audience doesn't know if McCready is the Thing, because why would he like drink it and pass it? But also, why would he drink from the drink that they had already made a pact
that they're not gonna drink?
Yeah, which is something that the Thing wouldn't have known.
You the only one who made it?
Not the only one.
Did you kill it?
Where were you, Charles?
I went out after it. Got lost in the storm. Fire's got the temperature up all over the camp. Won't last long, though.
Neither will we.
You're worried about me.
If we've got any surprises for each other, why don't we just wait here for a little while, see what happens?
And it just ends like that?
Ends like that. We never like got an answer. But I do have like some facts that kind of prove that Childs, the one who took the drink, is the thing. So I don't know if you could tell, but when they were talking, McCready, you can see his breath every single time he talks. And Childs, whenever he speaks,
you can't see shit.
You can't see anything. And also, a thing that a lot of people miss is that at the beginning of the movie, McCready...
This was banned by the Rockefellers in the 1800s. And this is a copper wand. And they would actually use this to ground their bodies and enhance the charge of their bodies in the 1800s. Because we are electrical beings. And so if you place this copper device onto the ground and you then hold it with your hand, the copper is then going to conduct the electrical charge and frequencies of the earth, which will then be transferred onto the individual, instantaneously healing that individual. Which is another reason why people would line their shoes in the 1800s with metal components such as copper, brass and even silver, so that they were constantly grounded all day long, constantly elevating their frequency. But also this device was used to purify and even structure water, because the shape of this device is no coincidence. This shape actually holds its own frequency, and so when you place it in water, this frequency is then transferred to the water, creating some of the most structured water one can drink, alongside purifying it through copper's potent antibacterial properties, which is exactly why old swimming pools used copper instead of chlorine.
I need to find out where to buy that from.
Some of the most fascinating old world photos that you can find are those from Washington, D.C. Even the supposed construction photo. Like, I've never seen a construction project like this. This was the National Cathedral, looking more like weathered ruins. The construction site isn't even clear. Now I could spend hours going on and on about each photo, all the anomalies I see in them, but I encourage you to take a look at them closely. Like this poor sky edit here. The Washington Monument's always another great one to look at. You can spot dozens of alterations in the photos in each of these pictures. Look at the age and coloration from the monument, and the base itself looks very weathered on the bottom especially, and what appears to be a giant doorway there. Of course, the base was buried, but also if you look at the top, it's like scorched on these half-built pictures. And of course, always the whited out skies, or the really terribly edited skies. I believe to cover up airships, flying machines, and other anomalies in the sky that would discredit the narrative. But DC looks the same as a lot of these cities. Muddy, nearly empty, massive, beautiful buildings we're all told are new construction, but all looking very old, weathered, and alone in muddy fields. Like I said, take a look at them closer. I'll post these all on my Telegram, and you can zoom in and let me know what you find in some of them. My opinion, it looks like they're unburying and renovating a capital for the new established narrative. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Let me know y'all opinions. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. Y'all know we made it to the end of this. I know y'all hate this part of the video, but if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. I know we coming with about 4 videos every Smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Glad to grow, helps Glad to get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you watching the TV, whatever the case is. I wish with Smooth 7. I love y'all collective. Till I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm